It started on an ordinary Friday night, when the moon hung low over the quiet suburb of Willow Creek. Marcus, a part-time pizza delivery driver, was finishing his last order for the night. The streets were empty, bathed in the ghostly glow of streetlights, and his car's engine hummed softly beneath him. As he checked the delivery slip, something felt off. The address, 91, Brookwood Lane, didn't ring a bell. He had delivered hundreds of times around this area, but that street name had never appeared before. Still, he shrugged it off, assuming it was part of a new housing development. Marcus entered the address into his GPS, watching the digital map spin and load. The route appeared, but oddly, only the end point was marked, a red dot floating in a blank section of the map. The roads surrounding it were unnamed, as if erased from existence. He decided to follow the route anyway, trusting technology more than instinct. Driving past familiar houses, he noticed the lights in the windows dimming one by one, as if the neighborhood itself was turning in for the night, or trying to hide. The hum of his tires grew louder, echoing in his head. After 10 minutes of driving, the scenery began to change. Streetlights became sporadic, and soon the pavement turned rough, cracked, scattered with leaves. The GPS voice repeated its direction, "You have reached your destination," but all he saw was darkness ahead. He stopped the car, blinking through the windshield at a narrow lane veiled in a thin fog. Then, out of the mist, a house appeared, an old Victorian structure, 2 stories tall, with one window faintly glowing from inside. The address marker, nailed on a crooked mailbox, read, 91, Brookwood Lane. Marcus frowned, stepping out of his car, pizza box in hand. The air felt too cold for early summer, and a slight hum filled the quiet, like electricity twitching in the air. He double-checked the receipt. The phone number listed had only 6 digits. He walked cautiously toward the porch, footsteps muffled by damp leaves. The light from the single window flickered, casting long, twisted shadows across the yard. As he knocked on the wooden door, it creaked open slowly, without anyone touching it. Inside, the house smelled of mildew and time. Wallpaper peeled off the walls like rotting skin, and a rotary phone lay broken near the entryway. Yet, somewhere deeper in the house, a faint voice echoed, polite, gentle, whispering, "Just leave it on the table." Marcus froze, his heart pounding in his ears. He cleared his throat and asked, "Where should I put it?" No answer came, only the sound of a piano note, struck softly, from an unseen room. The pizza box in his hand grew colder, as if pulling in the chill from the air. He followed the sound into a dining room coated in dust. A table sat beneath a chandelier, and on top of it, an old receipt book that bore the same pizzeria logo, but aged, yellowed, from decades ago. The handwriting inside matched the one on his delivery slip. Marcus's mouth went dry. He placed the pizza down, half expecting someone to appear. But before he could turn around, the door behind him slammed shut with a deafening thud. The flickering light died completely, leaving him in pitch-black silence. He scrambled for his phone flashlight, hands shaking uncontrollably. The beam illuminated a wall covered in framed photos, or what looked like photos. Each frame contained blurry, distorted faces staring out, and the last one showed him, wearing his pizzeria uniform. Panic surged through him as he stumbled back toward the exit. His footsteps echoed strangely, not matching his rhythm, as if another set of steps followed half a second behind. He bolted through the front door, gasping for air. When he looked back, the house was gone. The road stretched empty before him, lined only with tall grass and a decaying fence. The fog had cleared completely, leaving no trace of what he had just seen. Marcus jumped into his car and sped off, every turn now a desperate escape from the unseen eyes he felt following him. The GPS screen blinked erratically, the red dot vanished, replaced by blank grid lines. Then, the device shut off on its own. He drove straight to the pizzeria, arriving pale and trembling. His manager, an older man named Ronnie, frowned, asking why Marcus was back early. When Marcus explained, Ronnie's expression changed, slow, deliberate, and uneasy. Ronnie disappeared into the back office, rummaging through old files. When he returned, he held an ancient logbook from the late 1980s. Inside was a record of a delivery gone wrong, address, 91, Brookwood Lane. The driver never returned. Marcus felt the blood drain from his face. He tried to call the customer's number again, but his phone displayed a message, invalid line, disconnected in 1989. The cold pizza box still sat on the counter where he had placed it. That night, Marcus couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw that glowing window and heard that same whisper, asking him to leave it on the table. He decided to return the next morning, convinced he must have imagined it. Morning light painted the roads gold, yet when he arrived, the lane to Brookwood was blocked. A rusted gate stood there, choked by vines, and behind it, only dense overgrowth. No road. No mailbox. No house. He asked a nearby resident if they knew about Brookwood Lane. The old woman turned slowly, shaking her head. "That street burned down 30 years ago," she muttered. "No one's lived there since. They said it never should have been built." Marcus returned to his car, hands trembling, sweat cold on his forehead. His pizza warmer was empty now, the box had vanished. Only a faint burn mark remained, shaped like the outline of a hand. Later that evening, he checked his phone again. A new message blinked in his inbox, time-stamped with yesterday's date, before the delivery. It read, "Thank you for coming back, Marcus. Dinner is ready." He deleted the message, but within seconds, it reappeared. The sender number matched his own. His reflection in the phone screen looked slightly wrong, like it was a half-second delayed from his movements. Days passed, and the nightmares worsened. He would dream of endless corridors lined with pizza boxes, each marked with the same address. The number 91 followed him everywhere, receipts, license plates, even radio frequencies. Ronnie tried to reach Marcus after he stopped coming to work. But his apartment lay empty, lights still on, keys on the counter. The only thing missing was his phone. Weeks later, a new driver joined the pizzeria staff. On his first shift, he received a delivery slip, the handwriting old-fashioned, the ink faded. The order, 1 large pepperoni pizza, address, 91, Brookwood Lane. When the new driver mentioned the order, Ronnie's jaw tightened. He told him to throw the slip away, claiming it was an old system error that sometimes resurfaced. But as the driver turned, Ronnie could swear he heard the faint ring of a rotary phone somewhere behind him. Skeptical, the young driver typed the address into the GPS anyway. The route appeared instantly, this time perfectly clear, with a photograph attached to the pin, a 2-story Victorian house with 1 glowing window. Later that night, Ronnie closed up the shop. The wall clock stalled at exactly 9:01 p.m., the same frozen time written in the old logbook. Outside, where his car should have been parked, only a faded, dust-covered pizza box remained. The next morning, police found Marcus's car abandoned near where Brookwood Lane once began. Inside, they discovered a delivery slip, aged and brittle. The ink was smeared, but still legible, 1 line reading, "Paid in full. Leave it on the table." Investigators later confirmed the handwriting did not match Marcus's but belonged to a former driver who vanished in 1989. No further leads emerged, and the file was eventually closed, marked paranormal, unverified. Years have passed, yet locals still claim to see headlights flickering through the fog on certain Friday nights. Sometimes, people swear they smell freshly baked pizza lingering in the cold air, long after midnight. They say if you ever order pizza near Willow Creek after dark, you might receive a delivery you never placed. And when the doorbell rings, you'll see no driver, just a box sitting there quietly, waiting for you to open it. No one knows who, or what, accepts those orders now. But the name written on every new receipt remains the same, Marcus Lane. Perhaps, in that strange space between time and glitch, he's still delivering, house to house, 1 order at a time.